So our practice has this relationship between movement and stillness. This dance of those two aspects of our nature. And for us, we have this, in the West in particular, this deep connection to movement. Everything that we're taught about, the aspirations of our lives, the responsibilities of our lives, revolve around this idea of movement, a journey from A to B. And in fact, of course, our entire lives are that. And then something which tends to be a little bit more abstract for us is this idea of stillness and our relationship to stillness. And some of us explore that regularly and are aware of our relationship to stillness, and it might be a very uncomfortable relationship. That being still really brings us into areas that we don't often want to go into. But the practice is really an invitation to meet what is here. Some days that's just great, pleasant, happy, joyful. Other days it's not that. And whatever it is that we're carrying around, it might be just under the surface, it might be visible, it might be deep in the well. This practice will bring you to those spaces. And what's important to remember is that it's all part of the practice. It's all part of what's designed to happen. That we are in this process of unfolding. And the stillness is a journey within itself. That each of us is exploring meeting ourselves more and more and more fully. And for most of us, we've learned to look for what we need in the world around us, to become proficient at moving through the world, raising families, getting jobs. But the deepest quality of fulfillment any of us will ever experience has nothing to do with that outer world. It's the exploration of this inner space. And the more we do these type of practices, the more we're able to hold, to sit with, to meet what it is that's there for us. So as we do this practice, one of the crucial components or themes is the quality of kindness. We're not trying to force into anything. We're not trying to bang down any doors. We're exploring what's there. And we're inviting ourselves to be kind in relationship to the journey itself, but equally to what we're meeting and to how we feel about what we're meeting. Because when we meet dark corners within ourselves, not only is there the experience of whatever that might be, an old grief, a wounding, a sorrow, we tend to then cascade or castigate ourselves for holding that, for having that, when all of us as human beings carry this stuff. This is what this earth is calibrated to do for us. We come in with karma, we come in with stuff to work out. If you don't have this stuff, you don't need to be here in this earth. So to know that this is just a common experience for all of us is one way of beginning to kind of go, whew, okay, we're all at this. And if nothing else, what's going on in the world and been happening over the last year has really brought this dynamic to the surface. the exterior world has slowed down in many respects, has changed for us. So the ways in which we've been getting on with it or distracting ourselves aren't available. And it makes this type of practice all the more important, because we learn then how to meet what is uncomfortable in ways that allow us to use it as a method of transformation. And this is what, and you've probably heard this in all kinds of different arenas, but this idea of alchemy, this is what this word means, is to turn suffering into light or into ease, into awareness, into growth. That the shadow that we carry ultimately creates a clearer light. But can we be gentle and kind to ourselves as we meet what is uncomfortable, as we do this incredible work of turning toward what we've avoided, what we haven't wanted to look at?